You have to start with the courage that it takes for you to push yourself, and the ability to ask for help is one of the most courageous acts that you can do. Hi, my name is Harsh. I've been a mortgage broker for over 12 years and I run a successful 7-figure practice. This is how I was able to rewire my mind for success, and how you can too. When you're 27 years old and you've been working for the past 5 years, and you start to kind of look around you and all of your colleagues are a little bit more successful, they have a little bit more, and you start to feel behind. You feel like you didn't do the right things. You feel like you're not taking enough chances. You feel like you're not challenging yourself enough. The fear of falling behind creates this sense of insecurity. I was 23 years old. I got the opportunity to work in a bank, be a mortgage specialist. I was kind of thrown into that situation, surrounded by everyone much older than me, far along their career. As soon as I started, mind you, even at the 23 years of age, I saw everyone in their mid-40s, and these people are a lot more focused, intentional. They're guided by a deeper purpose, and the purpose was usually family and growth. On my first day, I go sit at the bank, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to be a mortgage specialist. Who needs a mortgage? Phone doesn't ring, no emails. You pretend to fake work where everyone else is running around, stressing out, talking about, oh, I gotta work on this, I gotta do this, I don't have enough time to do this. And I was like, damn, when do I get to be that? That's when doubt starts to creep in. I'm like, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if I can do something like this. I don't know who's gonna trust me to help them with their finances. I'm a 23-year-old kid, and that fear of not being enough could have either broken me, my will, or I used to channel myself. That fear allowed me to channel a deeper motivation to say, well, if these people can do it, why not me? Right? A lot of these people on our team were new immigrants. They were, mind you, they came from another country at the age of like 35, 40 years old. And now all of a sudden, 5 years later, they're these successful people. And I was like, why can't I do that? English is their second language. They came from completely different careers, and they established a brand new life here for themselves and their families, with all the pressure of providing for your family, wanting to grow. I approached this teammate, Rav, and he's one of the higher producers on the team, and I go, hey, I just started. My name is Harsh Garcha. I just graduated from university, and I'm spinning all of these accolades that I have. I'm like, oh yeah, I graduated with honors, and I did this, and I did that. And he looks at me, he's like, oh. He goes, are you working on any deals right now? No. Oh, so what are you doing to get your deals? Oh, I don't know. And he goes, well, there's a website of the list of all the realtors in the GTA. You can pull up all of their names, all of their numbers, which brokerages they work for. Why don't you start with the A's? And just that simple 30-second, we wouldn't even call it a minute, just that simple 30-second conversation made me feel like, oh, this is how he started? So I go to the website, and just overwhelming pages and pages of all of these realtors that I've never even heard of, spoken to, and I go to the A's, call the first one. Hi, it's Harsh Garcha calling from National Bank, and I'm actually one of the mortgage specialists here, and I'd love to talk to you for a potential partnership. And he goes, who? And I was like, Harsh Garcha. From where? National Bank. Oh, you're a mortgage guy? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm a little busy. Call me later sometime. Hangs up the phone. Go to the second one. Give him a call. Very similar response. And damn, I did that for the first maybe 10, 15 names on that list. No one really was receptive to even have a conversation, let alone set up a meeting or hear me out. I go back to my colleague and I go, hey, I'm trying to call people. No one's really taking me seriously. He goes, how many did you call? I said, about 15. He goes, oh, how many are there? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well over 10,000. So you should get going. And honestly, the rawness of that advice, it came off as almost rude, but you realize like, oh, well, he's saying that to me because he's been through it. He's done it. He immigrated to this country and he does well for himself. So obviously he's put in the work. So slowly after that conversation, I start to realize, okay, it takes a lot more than just kind of showing up. You have to be intentional. You have to be strategic about what you're doing. He was busy with this stuff, so I pushed myself under his wing. He didn't take me under his wing. I pushed myself under his wing. And he slowly started to kind of guide me through the initial stages of building relationships. I was blessed to know a few people in the industry, my father and my uncle included, where they introduced me to a few of their colleagues, and I started to build relationships there. Mind you, it was challenging because who's going to trust a 23-year-old fresh out of university who's never done any sort of financial transaction to help their clients? But through will and persistence, I feel like I was able to build better relationships with those people. And then slowly, people test you. So they give you one contact and say, hey, call this guy. Completely uninterested leads, but it's to test you. One of the realtors that I met, he gives me and say, hey, Harsh, we met a couple weeks ago. I want you to call this guy and see if you can help him out. No other contacts, so I give him a call. That call, we had scripts, right? But no matter how many times you read a script, until comes the time for you to make the call, you don't know what to say. I get this number and I keep looking at the number. I'm like, I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him. And then the doubt starts to creep in. Well, like, what are you gonna say? So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna say I'm Harsh Garcha. I work at National Bank, and I'm gonna tell them that I got your number from this person, and I'd love to help you with your financing. I rehearsed that initial 20-second bit for maybe 2 days. And then I finally built up the courage to give him a call. This was my first ever client call that I ever made. And I go give him a call and say, hey, this is Harsh Garcha from National Bank. And I got your number from your realtor. And he told me that you needed some help with your financing. Do you have a couple minutes to chat? The client picks up the phone and he hears me out and he goes, yeah, call me back. When would you like me to call you back? Maybe tomorrow. Okay, I will call you tomorrow. Nobody talks about like the courage it takes to get your first rejection in a business that you already feel underqualified for. In those kind of situations, you start to kind of doubt yourself that you're behind all of these people who somehow have this magic and the ability to build these relationships and build trust with these clients that they've never spoken to just over a 2-minute phone call. But I was determined, so I give him a call next day. I said, hey, this is Harsh Garcha calling you back. You told me to give you a call back. You said you were a little bit busy. Do you still need help with your financing? Yeah, we're thinking about it. We're thinking about buying a house, is what they were thinking about. You go, okay, well, do you still want to buy a house? Oh man. The client comes back and says, yeah, we're thinking about it. So like, how do we start this? I don't know. So then I was like, okay, well, I mean, we can set up a meeting and then sit down and have a discussion on what your needs are. And I kind of go into the script that I was provided, and then we can take it from there. Okay, when do you want to meet? I was not ready. It caught me off guard to be like, okay, you want to meet? Okay, well, I can meet whenever you want. And I set up the meeting the following weekend. The client comes in, and even that meeting I had to rehearse with myself so many times. Like, okay, well, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say this. To think that all of that is just second nature now, years later, and what the first call and the first booking a client meeting and the first meeting, the effort and the thought that it took to start this all. So why am I telling you all of this? Because this is how you become successful. You have to start with the courage that it takes for you to push yourself in the most uncomfortable situations, to be able to approach a colleague and say, hey, I need help. What should I do? And the ability to ask for help is one of the most courageous acts that you can do. The discipline that it takes to repeatedly follow up, repeatedly push yourself in those uncomfortable situations to make sure that you give yourself an opportunity to present yourself and your ability in front of a client. Confidence is having undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. And to build that confidence requires the discipline and the courage to repeatedly do those uncomfortable tasks. Going back to the story, the ability to push myself to follow up with this one potential lead that I got, even after they said, no, we're not really interested, or call me back later. You want to meet? When do you want to meet? Maybe we'll meet. You have to understand that in the beginning of your careers, you haven't proven anything. Like, you don't deserve someone to walk into your office and say, hey, I need your help. You have to prove what your ability is before you can say that. But once you have proven that time and time again, repeatedly, you have the confidence to walk into any room and say, I've been here, I've done this many, many times. So why am I doing this? It's to help entrepreneurs, business owners, even young individuals who are looking to get a start in their career, to teach you the lessons that I've learned over these past 12 years in business. I've had to go through the struggle of finding those answers for questions that were never posed as a new entrepreneur. Because of my experiences, I can sit here and help you fast forward and overcome those challenges of starting a new career or starting a new business by sharing my experiences with you. If you found value in this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a video. My name is Harsh Karcha, and I'll see you in the next video.